We do have a few speakers who are coming in to show their support for this effort in MilCPL. Unfortunately, one of our key speakers that you would have seen on the program was sent out, had a loss in his family and is unable to make it. But we want to send our condolences to Congressman Takano and his family for their loss. And just let you know that Congressman Takano, who's the House Veterans Affairs chair, is highly supportive of this effort in California, wants to find ways, seek ways to support us in the field in this faculty-driven process to the benefit of our student veterans. So he sends his well wishes and his support, but he's unable to be here with us. The first speaker I'd like to introduce is a product of the California Community College system. A little shout out to the folks over at Long Beach City College. This gentleman from the Marine Corps, an enlisted Marine, went through Long Beach City College all the way to receive his doctorate at USC. Blas has done amazing things in his career. Right now, he's actually on the board of governors for the California Community Colleges. So without further ado, Blas Villalobos, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Terence, for that wonderful introduction. And thank you all for being here today. Before I share with you a bit about my past, I want to take this opportunity to wish an early happy 246th birthday to our beloved United States Marine Corps and to all Marines joining us this morning. I also want to honor our veterans for their service, albeit 2 weeks early, but thank you for your service and the sacrifices you and your families made by serving our country. As Terence mentioned, my name is Dr. Blas Villalobos, and it is an honor to be here today as a veteran, Long Beach City College alumni, and as a member of the California Community College's Board of Governors. As a Marine veteran, I know what it means to wear the uniform, and I understand the sacrifice our service members have made to keep this country safe. I also know transitioning can be difficult, and I experienced many difficulties myself as I transitioned out of the military. Thankfully, I came across this amazing community college in Long Beach, LBCC, as you know, and thanks to the support I received from the faculty and staff, I was able to move on to Cal State Long Beach to complete my degree in psychology, and eventually USC, where I completed my master's and doctorate degrees in social work. This has allowed me to dedicate my career to working with veterans and military families. So why am I sharing all this information with you? I share it because I and tens of thousands of other veterans out there returned to school hoping our military experience would translate into credits that would allow us to maximize our GI Bill benefits. Sadly, that was not the case, and many of us only received 3 to 5, 6 credits for all the training we completed in the military. The implementation and advancement of credit for prior learning will benefit our students, it will benefit our student veterans, and it will also assist our community colleges in advancing the goals set forth by the Vision for Success and achieving equitable outcomes for all California students. For our service members and veterans, this means receiving credit for some of or most of the training completed in the military, thus allowing them to maximize their GI Bill benefits, complete their certificates or degrees in a shorter amount of time. This will also help veterans who may otherwise need to rely on student loans to complete their education. Once they use their 36 months worth of GI Bill benefits, they have to rely on student loans and financial aid to finish their degree. For our general student population, this means receiving credit for experience gained through industry training, volunteer and civic activities, internships, or other industry-based experiential training. I can tell you that as a member of the California Community College's Board of Governors, as a veteran, and as a product of our community college system, which I'm very proud of, I fully support credit for prior learning, and I want you to know that I'm very grateful for you taking the time to participate in this very important event. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Villalobos. Inspiring story he brings with him, and it's great to have support from the Chancellor's Office. Our next few speakers we have videos of. I do want to stress, as we go through the process for credit for prior learning, having discipline experts and the faculty at the core is vital. When this effort is not inclusive of faculty, you can really struggle on your campus. We'd like to share with you the support of the Statewide Academic Senate, ASCCC, and their representative, Christopher Howerton.
I am honored to be speaking with you today. I only regret that I could not be with you in person. I saw the agenda and I know you have a great program planned for your event. The Academic Senate for California Community Colleges is committed to improving student outcomes and closing achievement gaps. And we see the implementation and advancement of credit for prior learning as an equity initiative. As you are well aware, being leaders in the state for CPL work, credit for prior learning is an evidence-based strategy that awards college credit for knowledge and skills gained previous to students enrolling in our colleges. Awarding credit for prior learning can help students fast-track their certificates and degrees while enabling them to focus on their chosen career paths. Now, these qualified experiences could include work experience, apprenticeships, internships, employer training programs, military service and training, state and federal government training, volunteer work, independent study, and maybe even civic activities. Some research has shown that students who earn credit for prior learning are roughly twice as likely to complete a degree than those who do not. These students can also accumulate more credits through coursework at institutions than their counterparts and could save an average of 6 to 10 months in time to a degree compared to their non-CPL counterparts. These data points reinforce why this work is so important for our students and within the communities that we serve. Current CPL implementation varies widely across the California Community College system. Prior to these recent formal efforts to increase the application of CPL, we had methods of assessing prior learning, which included credit by exam, review of the joint service transcripts and standardized exams, such as the Advanced Placement Credit Exam. There's also the International Baccalaureate Examination Program. There's the CLEP. So although these continue to be great opportunities for students and known assessments, 2 new bills in 2018 put a stronger spotlight on the need for all of us in the California Community College system to systematically strengthen credit for prior learning efforts locally. In 2018, 2 bills mandate CPL in California community colleges: Senate Bill 1071 and Assembly Bill 1786. Both of these bills were approved by the governor and filed in September of 2018. First, Senate Bill 1071 focused on awarding military and veterans who have an official joint service transcript course credit. This bill required that all community college districts by the end of last year, December of 2020, to have updated policy to be consistent with the policy developed by our chancellor's office and posted online. Second, Assembly Bill 1786 established an initiative to expand the use of course credit at the California Community Colleges for students with prior learning. Now, the Success Center for California Community Colleges findings and recommendations connect the expansion of credit for prior learning as a vision for success strategy and ask colleges to consider the integration of CPL into guided pathways and encourage additional collaboration with our 4-year segment partners to ensure transfer of these credits. Now, earlier this year, the Chancellor's Office for California Community Colleges hosted a series of webinars to support credit for prior learning work. Now, these webinars were focused on basically the nuts and bolts on practices from many of our community college colleagues who are implementing various CPL assessment methods. Individual assessment method topics included the portfolio review, industry certification, and formal military training. And also during our most recent ASCCC Curriculum Institute this past summer, we held a couple of breakout sessions focused on credit for prior learning, sharing some behind-the-scenes institutional CPL efforts, but also some student-facing CPL effective practices. Now, legislation focused on CPL is not focused solely on the California community colleges, but also to other system partners. Now, excuse me. Additionally, you may be aware of the current proposed legislation that has recently passed the State Assembly and Senate as of early September and has been enrolled. Assembly Bill 1002, which is course credit for prior military education, training, and service. Now, if this bill becomes law, This bill will require that the Office of the Chancellor for the CSU system, in collaboration with the Academic Senate of the CSU, and request the University of California to develop by September 1st of 2022 a consistent policy to award military personnel and veterans who have an official joint service transcript course credit in a course taught at the campus where the student matriculates with subject matter similar or equivalent, and of course, subject to academic and faculty review, to that of the student's military education, training, and service. The bill would also require that each campus of the CSU, and of course request the UC, to have an effect by December 31st, 2023, a policy consistent with the respective policies developed by the Office of the Chancellor of the CSU and the UC and posted on its internet website, the most pursuant to the bill. So you can see that the work we've been doing this past couple of years is now moving. We're leaders moving into our system partners. But now back to our system. Because practices vary widely across the California community college system, it is important that there is transparency and ease for our students to know about our local process of determining an assessment to verify credit for prior learning. So on behalf of the Academic Senate for California Community Colleges, I want to thank you for your work. You are leaders in these efforts, and thank you for hosting events like this so that we as a community can learn from each other to support our system and most importantly, our students. If you have any additional questions or need support, please reach out to the Academic Senate for California Community Colleges by emailing info@asccc.org. Once again, thank you for your time today, and I hope you have a wonderful event.
All right. Hopefully the day won't be all filled with policy and legalese, but I think it's very important to have that threshold understood so that we can move forward with the work and see that there is statewide faculty support. On the other side of the spectrum, it's really the Department of Defense. It's the U.S. military. Our next speaker showing support for these efforts as transitioning his sailors out of the Navy is Captain Bayungan.
All right, good morning, and thank you for this opportunity to participate in your second annual Military Credit for Prior Learning Summit. We were excited about being here today virtually. Well, wish we could all be in person. We think that the concept of a military articulation program is a very forward-thinking idea whose time has come. I can tell you personally, I was very impressed with Norco Community College and their program and what they showed it to me a few weeks ago. And when I was given the opportunity to speak here today and to have our teams participate, we leapt at the chance. I've served 29 years of military service, and throughout that time have had thousands of sailors serve within my chain of command, and I've seen the experiences they've gained through both military education as well as that while serving can be applied very well to academic crediting, and I think the concept of providing academic credit to our military members will provide them benefits not just as they're veterans and transitioning out, but also while they're continuing to serve. And I see this as a pathway to allow them to join California community colleges and four-year institutions in seeking their education benefits. We're also excited about the potential and the opportunity to part with California community colleges and other four-year colleges in providing guided pathways for your students. We know that the ultimate benefit or ultimate desire is that a community college student will progress onto a four-year degree or to a viable career, and we have shown in the past and have shown even currently that many of your students will gain benefits by scholarships that amount to in excess of $200,000 to attend four-year colleges, as well as tremendous career opportunities where they can receive advanced training in definite other career fields. So we're looking forward to participating today. Today I will have three senior members of the commands that are currently in in California, representing the cities of San Diego, Los Angeles, and San Francisco. And these commanders will be participating in your working groups to provide just insights and expertise into how you can implement and create this program to better benefit both your institutions and military veterans. And hopefully these partnerships for your students and our sailors can benefit both organizations and in the best possible way. Thank you for your time, and I apologize I could not be in there in person, but we are well represented and are here to help. Thank you.
As you've seen, the support from the state chancellor's office, the California Community Colleges, to the faculty of the state and on to the Department of Defense. What's vital is funding. We have the will, but getting faculty release time, getting your counselors, your evaluators able to put their time and attention and their expertise into this is just vital. Next speaker is someone who loosened up some of those funds and opened up some support for us to move this needle for military credit for prior learning. Assembly member Cervantes has been a champion for our veterans for years, and she's here to show support.
Hello, everyone. I'm Assemblymember Sabrina Cervantes, proudly representing California's 60th Assembly District and Chair of the Assembly Select Committee on Veteran Employment and Education. I want to thank Norco College for putting together this virtual event today, and most importantly, I want to thank you all for being here. As you all may be aware, Riverside County is home to the third largest veteran population in our state, and as someone whose family has served in nearly every branch of our armed forces since World War II, I know the importance of serving those who have served. One of my top priorities in the state legislature has been ensuring that California veterans have the resources they need when they return home from service. For too many veterans, their military experience has not been accepted as relevant course credit in college. We owe it to our veterans who have fought for and served our country at every level to recognize their service, not just through words, but through actions. Which is why I am so proud to have secured $2 million to continue the development and expansion of Riverside Community College District's military articulation platform. This platform will help our student veterans receive community college credit for their military training and experience. It will help ensure that our veterans are able to turn their years of knowledge and expertise into a college degree. It will also provide them with the tools they need to succeed. Along with the grand opening of Norco College Veterans Resource Center, which I am also honored to have advocated for $3 million in state funding for. These projects are real, concrete commitments to serving those who have served, and they are an invaluable step to ensuring our veterans receive the credit they are due. To our veterans, you have contributed more to our nation than we can ever repay. Know that your hard work and sacrifice in defense of our freedom is deeply appreciated, and we will always be thankful for your sacrifices, and those will always be remembered. I am proud that the 60th Assembly District can call Norco College its own. And as Assembly member for this area, I will continue to fight to ensure that our veterans are recognized and never neglected. Thank you, and I hope you all enjoy your summit today.
All right. So, what I want to point out there is the support from the state, but I highly recommend you stay tuned and stay on this training, because you can find out how those supports can trickle down to your institution beyond just this professional development. We have some great opportunities for you that will be coming out today.